Are they dreaming? ACT leader David Seymour joins me now. Tēnā koe.
Hey, good morning, and I got to take you up. The polls are going in the wrong direction. Hang on a second.
Here they are.
The last two polls have had ACT a couple of points ahead of where we were on election night. It now shows ACT would be a quarter of a change of government.
I know, but you've had a dip. You have had a dip.
Yeah. Compared with record polling last year. But let's not start off on a negative note. We're very pleased with where we're going.
Okay, I'm glad you're pleased.
And the support we're getting from people.
All right, what about the support in Tauranga? What really makes you think that Cameron Luxon has a chance down there?
Well, look, this is a by-election where Tauranga people have a chance to send a message to Wellington. Cameron Luxon is that message. He's a builder, he's a dad, he runs a small business, employs a bunch of people, he's been a farmer, and people in Tauranga are absolutely fed up. They're fed up, first of all, with the crime, the bus stop in the middle of town there. They're fed up with the cost of living, as are people right across the country. And they're also fed up with having co-governance being the one thing that this government does continue to focus on.
So Cameron Luxon last election got 1,700 votes, 4%. It's a long way off.
Yeah, but as you know, by-elections are a very different game from any other kind of election.
That much of a different game?
Yeah, they can be.
But National has been in there, since 2005. And that's after Winston.
Yeah, and look, ultimately, it's actually up to the people of Tauranga. So the message is, if you think that the political system offers very little choice, if you're fed up with crime, with co-governance, with constant cost of living increases, if you're sick of democracy being taken away from Tauranga and you want to send a message to Wellington, then, you know, if you keep doing what you've always done, you'll get what you've always done.
Is Cameron Luxon the right person, though? I mean, you talk about democracy being taken away from Tauranga. You're talking about Anne Tolley there, the commissioner down there. He said, off with Anne Tolley's head, didn't he?
No, he didn't. He actually said... He said she's the Marie Antoinette of Tauranga, forced on the people by Wellington, a former National Party minister. And this is what I mean by there not being enough choice in politics.
Off with her head.
No, he said the power's gone to her head and we say off with it.
Off with the power.
And that's right. And the other thing he said is Tauranga needs a revolution. You know, it's sick of going Labour National, bit of Winston in there once upon a time, did nothing for them.
Is he the right person?
Yeah,
is that candidate the right person to be representing Tauranga in Parliament?
That's the option that Tauranga people have. And I tell you the other thing he did. He went and met with Anne Tolley a few days later, and he took her a beautiful cake. So not only
he acknowledged he was wrong.
No. I think you know the historical reference. She said, "Let them eat cake."
Okay.
So not only does he know his history, he's got a sense of humour. He's making waves and standing up for Tauranga. He's exactly the sort of person.
All right. So there's been an increase in gang tensions, not only in the Bay of Plenty, but also the drive-by shootings in Tamaki Makaurau. What's your solution to get those guns off the gangs?
Well, look, first of all, where we are is a consequence. I will answer that, but it's a consequence of two things. First of all, Labor coming in with the attitude that gangs are our friends. We've had too much of that. We've nurtured them for too long. That's the first problem. The second problem is COVID has been everything, and we've turned our back on real problems, including the Pacific.
All right.
When it comes to our solution, our policy is, first of all, gang injunction orders, successful in the UK, a good behaviour contract for someone looking at getting into the gang lifestyle. Second of all, civil asset forfeitures are far too tame. The reason that people are joining gangs, the reason a lot of kids' best prospect is becoming a mob prospect is because they've got so much money. And we say civil asset forfeitures need far more teeth. If you're if you're a gang member with illegal guns, and they should be because gang members shouldn't have gun licences, and you're also dealing illegal drugs, it's open season on your assets. None of the usual restraints on civil asset forfeitures.
But how is seizing the assets going to stop the flow of the illegal guns to people?
Well, first of all, you're only eligible to have your assets seized if you're caught with illegal guns. So one thing that gangs might do is start dealing drugs without guns, which would still be bad, but a big improvement on the constant LA-style shootouts we're seeing now. Second of all, if you don't defund them, then they're actually not going to stop, because as long as it's profitable to keep doing what they're doing, as sure as water runs downhill, they'll keep doing it.
You said this week on Newshub that you need to tax gangs as a way of disrupting them. How can you tax somebody that doesn't declare their income?
Well, that was an analogy, and I'm glad you asked that, because a few people... a few people misunderstood what I was saying, and I'm sorry I didn't make it clearer. What we're saying is, look, right now, Civil asset forfeitures last year about $50 million, estimated $500 million worth of P. That's a 10% tax rate. I was saying analogously we need to increase their tax rate. We need to take more through civil asset forfeitures.
Right. So
it's not actually IRD tax, but you know what I mean. We need to take more of what they make, just like the government's constantly taking off people who work, save and sacrifice legally. We shouldn't be letting these guys get scot-free.
If you're getting like tougher on gangs, I mean, would you go as far as Christopher Luxon, who wants warrantless search orders to target gang pads?
Well, I think we should be targeting gang pads. I think the fact is the police need to actually start getting tougher on them. But when it comes to, are we going to start taking away the rule of law and the basic legal protections that people have, there's always going to be a tension. So people say ban the gangs, ban their patches, take away all their rights. Actually, you still got to have the rule of law. So I'm not sure what Chris was saying there, but I think you probably.
So you're saying that your proposal for going in has to be warranted.
Well, I think first of all, we're a lawful country. Just remember why we're opposed to gangs, because they don't follow the law. We're not going to get rid of our own respect for the law in the process. That's always been a difficult balance for people that want to get tough on gangs, but I'd be very wary of supporting a government that wanted to get rid of warrants.
All right. And just finally, curveball, have you been watching Dance with the Stars?
You know what? I actually haven't. I still got the PTSD from that, so no.
All right, David Seymour, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
OK, stay with us. We'll be back after the break.